class today because we have so many comedians. There's no way we can finish on time, okay? So based on my calculation, we're probably going to stay here until 2 in the morning. I hope it's okay for you. Yeah, I think it's okay. You guys look like tough people. Yeah, it's okay. Just push back your sexual activities to tomorrow. That's no big deal, right? This shit is definitely better than sex, guys. You will see. Yeah. So, you know what? All the performers today are college students from UC Davis, okay? And Aggie's here, and Aggie's in all Yeah, it's great. These people are so young and so cute. Of course, I'm not a student anymore. I'm pretty old, and but they kindly let me into their comedy cult or something, and yeah, it was really good to hang out with these guys. It's really refreshing experience. Although unfortunately I can't go to their parties. I don't want people to think I'm a pedophile or something. Yeah, but it's really good. But I'm actually 42 fucking years old. I don't know if you guys can tell, but yeah, I look younger because I can only afford $10 shit like this. Yeah, but I'm 42 years old. But I think it still makes sense for me to hang out with the young folks because I still don't know what I'm going to do when I grow up. So a friend of mine used that joke on me 20 years ago, and I was like, oh, that's a good joke. You got me. And I didn't expect I would still be on that joke 20 years later. Yeah, that's kind of tragic, right? So I just want to tell you how broke I am, So the other day, one of the comedy producer talked to me. He was like, sorry, there's no pay for this show. Can I just give you some weed? Weed is our fucking currency now, I was like, no thanks, but I prefer a sheep. At least I can eat that shit, Yeah, but without further ado, I think we'll start the show. But there's one thing, please remember to tip your hardworking bartender. He's so good. Sometimes I forgot to tip, or maybe I pretend to forget. But I'm an unemployed, pathetic, middle-aged Chinaman. You guys should know better, right? Yeah. So I'll cut the bullshit and let me give you our first comedian today, my man, David Young.
Yeah. What's up? Yeah. Isn't he great? He reminds me of my uncle. So, that's a racist joke, yeah. So I'm very young. My story started a long time ago. I was funny at a very young age. I would tell jokes to all other sperms. When I was a sperm, they laughed so hard they all died. Here I am. I don't know if you guys have ever had a high relationship. Not about weed. It's where two people say nothing to each other but, hi, how's it going? Like you're bonded to say hi to each other because you made acquaintanceship because you spilled coffee on that person's chest a month ago. I don't know, I'm tired of it, guys. So last night I just went up to a guy that I had a high relationship with and I said, I think we should stop saying hi to each other. And my dad was shocked. I'm kidding, guys. I didn't say that to my dad. We haven't spoken in 10 years. No, I'm kidding again. I don't have a dad. My name's Davey Skywalker. So, something very interesting just happened. I forgot what my next joke is. Oh, it's about this weird habit of mine, right? You just forget your weird habit all the time, right? You need people to remind you of that. So I have a weird habit of talking to books. It's really weird. But one day I was leaving my room and I just finished reading a book that I really liked. So I said to the book, "Hi, babe." And it really confused my roommate. He was like, "What?" So me and my roommate are not best friends in college because we hate each other. It's true, whenever we see each other on the street, he never says hi to me when he sees my middle finger. It's weird, I don't understand why. So I like to open up shows with passionate stuff like make some noise, because I don't like noise. If I like noise, I just keep living with my roommate. Yeah, it's another roommate joke. You guys must hate me by now, don't you? I feel like my roommate could be a really good audience for a comedy show, because you don't need a host to tell him he makes noises all the time. Like whenever we're in room, I feel like there's a comedy show host inside of his hat constantly yelling at him, make some noise for the next comedian who's lying in next bed trying to go to sleep. That's me, yeah. Alright, I'm closing up with my final roommate joke today. His name is Frankie. So Frankie once got shit-faced. And he peed in the bed. So they kicked us out of IKEA. Alright, thank you, David.
That was good. That was good. It's good to know Chinese comedians don't have to talk about their dick size. Next time I'll try that too. Yeah, good. So this next one is also a freshman. He was really young. So I once told him, you shouldn't get drunk in college. You were too young for that shit. He's like, it's okay. No one's going to molest me anyway. I was like, no man, you're too modest. So yeah, let's put our hands together for Will After.
All right, here's the deal, guys. I think Coke is way better than Pepsi. Yeah. You ever tried snorting Pepsi? Doesn't work too well. Another thing. I spend way too much time these days in the grocery store. Like, I spend maybe 20 minutes just in the cereal aisle. And that's a problem for me, because usually it does not take me that long to masturbate. I'm gonna tell you guys something about myself. I'm Mexican, okay, or I'm half Mexican anyway, from my mom's side. But the thing is that I'm a really inauthentic Mexican. You know what I mean? Like I got all the hair on my body to prove that I'm Mexican, but none of the culture is the thing. I like to think that I'm like the Cinco de Mayo people. And it's funny because Cinco de Mayo and I have a very special relationship because as it turns out, and this is 100% true, I'm not shitting you here, it turns out that both my brother and I were conceived on Cinco de Mayo. And my parents told me this at dinner a year ago on Cinco de Mayo because I guess they thought it wouldn't be awkward. And I asked them why. Like, why on Cinco de Mayo? Was it because of my Mexican culture or something, or my heritage or whatever? And I will never forget this. They told me, don't be ridiculous, Will. We just got too drunk and made the same mistake. 6 years apart. I learned a lot of important lessons about love and stuff from my parents due to things like that. And unfortunately, as a result, I haven't had the most successful dating life in college thus far. I've just been on Tinder, I mean, you know how it is. And, but lately, I have developed a foolproof strategy to get as many matches as possible, okay? I swipe right on everyone within 5 miles of here. It's simple but effective. For example, one time, let's just say I'm in class and I get bored, so I get out my phone and I do my hourly swipe through of everyone, but here's the thing. I am so ruthlessly efficient that I swipe so fast that the pictures don't even load, okay? I'm just going off of names here. Like, ooh, Melissa, that sounds hot, swipe. Or oh, Riley, that sounds female swipe. And you ever notice this on Tinder though? Sometimes, you ever notice this, you ever find an account that's like, it's just a black screen for the profile picture, or maybe a white screen, like there is no profile picture, maybe a name or a description, but no picture. I mean, I gotta swipe on those too because there's no exception to my policy. But one time I matched with one of those, okay, and this one was special. There was no picture and no description, but the name was Nobody. Okay, so I swipe right and Tinder says, it's a match! Nobody likes you! And that's why I'm still a virgin at 19 years old. Thank you, everyone. My name is Will.
Apparently, Will didn't mention he also matched with someone with a raccoon picture. I think that makes a good joke. Yeah, so, okay, let's welcome the next comedian, the famous Brown Dynamite from Big Bang.
My initial plan was to just come here pissed drunk and say whatever came to mind.
Oh yeah.
But then I realized I had to drive here and back, so let's do this. People often ask me, Nishant, why don't you do more jokes about race? Which is a lie, because no one has ever actually asked me this. Growing up, my parents have always been on my case about my grades. So whenever I would take a test or something, I would just immediately tell them that it went poorly, to set their expectations low. And then when the results would come, it would actually come as a surprise, because then I would manage to fail their lowest of expectations. I have this new startup idea. It's very similar to Life Alert. It works in the same way, where the person who's wearing it falls down the stairs or something, says, "Oh, Buffalo, I can't get up," or something like that. But instead of immediately sending out the alert, it waits a while. I like to call it Death Alert. So there has been a debate. There's been a cultural debate about what women find more romantic: a night of passionate sex or a well-cooked gourmet meal. When asking a random sample of women aged 18 to 22 what they preferred more, 9 out of 10 of them said, refuse to talk to me. Now, I know I don't have a whole lot of time for this, but I felt like this is a perfect time to step out of my comfort zone and do things that I would not normally do.
Hell yeah.
And I realized that some of the things about stand-up comedy that makes it special are the audience members themselves. Yeah. Are the most important people. So, in that spirit, I'm going to do some crowd work. What's your name? In the brown jacket.
Andy.
And yeah, what do you do?
Peer advisor.
Peer advisor. Well, that's fun. I don't have anything for that. I guess I should not step out of my comfort zone. I've learned something important today. Alright, that's all I got. Thank you.
Okay, so why don't you just ask someone you know? Dumbass. He doesn't know the trick. No. Yeah. So. Oh wait. Who's the next guy? I'm sorry, I forgot who's the next guy. I think the next guy must be someone white because that's how I arranged the room. Okay. Okay. The next one is the oldest teenager I've ever seen. He's called Eric Farrell.
I love this. Thank you. I love this stage, man. I feel like a fucking superhero out here. All right, so how you guys feeling tonight? How you guys liking the show so far? Good. Not as many Davis students as I thought. So I'm kidding. As you can tell from my apparel, obviously I go to UCLA. That's what I mean. There's three types of people that go to Davis. There's the types of people that wanted to go to UCLA or like UC Berkeley and they ended up at Davis, but then they end up liking it and it's really like it's fine. There's the people that UC Davis was actually their first choice and like good for them, they finally got in. And there's some people that just like have never left Davis their entire life, and then so that's just where they end up at school. But Davis is cool. We have these things. I like to call them these daredevil squirrels. Because what they do is they dart out right in front of you, like when you're driving or you're biking. And it's some crazy shit, man. Like, it like happens so frequently that at this point it's kind of just my like go-to icebreaker at a party anywhere in Davis. And I think they actually made it a requirement now that you have to almost kill at least 6 squirrels before you can graduate. I'll have to check on that later, but yeah, it's crazy. The point that I'm trying to make here is that squirrel adrenaline is some really crazy shit. It's an unparalleled high, and I'll be selling some after the show, $20 a pop. If you ask how I got it, I'll know you're a narc. But this squirrel epidemic is getting really, really bad because it actually rubbed off on a possum that I saw the other night. I was driving at night, and this possum just darted out in front of my car. And I was just like so taken aback because possums are like one of those animals that I kind of group into the animals that's like you're 80% sure that they exist, but you have to like kind of double check, make sure. Like you got seahorse, reindeer, sentient fur coat that likes to play dead. And the coldest thing about this possum was that it did not even look in my direction when it ran across. And it's like it was just so focused. And I'm like, what the fuck does this possum have to do? Like, did you get that, 2 a.m. you up text from a mammoth? Isn't that what that one Ice Age movie was about? I didn't finish it. One person got it, so cool. I feel like this is a pretty good time to tell you about the time I almost got molested. Wow, you guys are really into the conversation. Okay. I was in 8th grade, and I would have these one-on-one lessons like every week with my choir director, and I would play bass. And this went on for like a year or two, and I finally just quit because it was interfering with karate. So, but then a couple of years later, my mom sat me down, and she was like, "Hey, your old choir director, he's actually a pedophile." She was like, we need to get you somebody to talk to, are you okay? I was like, no, I'm fine. He never touched me. And then I was like, why? I was a struggling bass player, he had plenty of opportunities to make his move, What's up with this guy, man? I'm the whole package. Thought about it for a long time, and I finally came to the conclusion that it was just a little too mature for him. Thank you guys, it's my time. And
you and pedophiles have some So have you guys heard of this weird story about 7 pathetic men and 1 beautiful lady? I'm sure you guys all heard about that story, right?
No.
Yeah, that story is actually based on our show today. So I'll give you our only female comedian today, Auntie Turpin.
Yeah.
Hey.
Yeah.
I'm not nervous, you're nervous. Put that on me. Thank you. Okay. So I really hope we get it together with the whole parenting thing. I don't know about you guys. I'm pretty fucked up. And my parents are decent and I'm fucked up. So I really think we gotta do a little bit more research into ourselves before we bring life into the world. You know, it seems fair. It's called teen suicide. Okay. Addiction rates are crazy right now for young people. You got homeless youth everywhere because their parents kicked them out. And the mom's just saying stuff to all the other moms like, I just didn't know what to do with him anymore. Yeah, you goddamn right you didn't know what to do because you're underprepared, Cheryl. You were underprepared. And you'll know an underprepared parent when you see one. It's those parents who put leashes on their kids. You guys know what I'm talking about. You've seen that shit. It's the parents who forgot that they gave birth to a human, not a fucking Pomeranian. I don't know about that one. The first person to put a leash on their kid was definitely underprepared. Okay, they were probably in Petco. You know, they probably bought their son Timmy, and Timmy's running around like a fucking maniac. He's putting his hand in fish bowls, he's chucking the fish. He's biting the heads off snakes, he's playing catch with the tarantulas. And his mom, Linda, is in the corner crying and hyperventilating because she doesn't know what the fuck to do with Timmy. And then the manager comes out, and he's like, pissed the fuck off, obviously. He's like, don't worry, Linda, we're gonna catch him, we're gonna get him. We got some pretty big fucking leashes in the back. Strap him up right here, right now. They had to catch Timmy somehow. They got him. Pushed up ever since. The other underprepared parent is the one who's always asking if their kid is bothering you. That shit's so weird. Like, I'm so sorry. Are they bothering you? Is this little bundle of joy bothering you? Like, no, your cute ass baby is not bothering me. I was actually just moments away from sucking your kid up my own vagina and rebirthing him to call my own. That's actually how unbothered I am. I actually wish women could just pussy slurp someone else's already well-behaved child and just keep it. You know, like whenever you see one you like, you just keep it. I've never been to a birth, I don't know what it sounds like. You are mine now, baby. Birthed at 32 pounds and 12 ounces. Was I really born with teeth, Mommy? And fully clothed, in the middle of a Petco. It's Timmy, I slurped him. Okay, you guys were great. Thank you so much.
Hey, okay, I happen to have two kids to give away. In case take one, okay. Yeah, I really love female. I mean, most of my favorite comedians in Sacramento are ladies. I don't know if it sounds a little offensive, but that's my observation. I'm wondering why the total number of female comedians is so small. I think one of my theories is that normally ladies won't get onto stage unless they feel really confident, right? Do you think it's a good thing to be cautious? I don't know. I don't know. I mean, I don't know which one is more important for society. You know, is it to encourage girls to talk more, or is it to tell the boys to shut the fuck up? Yeah, I know. So our next comedian, I keep forgetting this name. So I grew up in a atheist family, so I never learned how to blaspheme so well. So I want to show you guys this guy, Louis John. Thanks. Louis,
How you doing? It's not gonna be the lightest show, I'm just gonna warn you. Anybody else want to get high all the time to push the emotions way down? Anybody else feel like, thank God, an honest person in the room and a bunch of liars? I got broken up with this week. That always sucks. Yeah, thank you. But it's fucking weird because I got broken up with right before my last stand-up set too. And it really put a little wrench in it, in a not too small way. But yeah, it's just fucking weird. Like every time I do the stand-up set now, I get broken up with. It's like I gotta accept the connection between stand-up and women. The lesson here is don't date fucking psychos. That's my guy in the corner right there. I feel really bad actually. I didn't warn any of the stand-up club that I've been broken up with this time too. So I can just imagine what the president of the stand-up club is thinking back there. He cries on stage again. He's out of the fucking club. I swear to God. This is not what stand-up comedy is about. No tears. Right? And he's gonna come up to the show, or come to me after the show and just say, you know what, Lillian? If you want to perform with us, you gotta be celibate, all right? There's something about you using your dick that makes you cry on stage, and you gotta cut that shit out. Why not do that? So I've been contemplating suicide. Who doesn't? Right? Yeah, go for suicide. That was not what I was expecting. But yeah, it's and yeah, you know what? That part of my dick doesn't even work anymore. I like that way better. All right, but I'm a little overwhelmed. I gotta be honest. There's so many ways to commit suicide, and I mean, you can only do it once, right? It's not like you can try one out. I mean, you can bungee jump, but that doesn't really do the, you don't really get it. But I've been thinking about it, and I think the weirdest one is suicide by cop. Who the fuck would want a cop to kill? And also, right, the person's idea is that they're gonna put a gun up to a cop's head, and the cop's gonna kill him. But the reality is, cops miss like 50% of the time at least, all right? Yeah. So what's gonna happen is you're gonna get winged and you're gonna get raped in prison, all right? Your life's gonna get a little bit worse. So no suicide by cop. Obviously, like, suicide by cop, completely stupid idea. But suicide by Joe Rogan, fucking awesome way to go out. Fucking awesome way to go out, all right? And that's a difficult one, right? Because Joe Rogan, if you know Joe Rogan, you know who he is. He's a passive guy, right? He doesn't want to hurt anybody innocent. He probably doesn't even want to use deadly force. I don't even think if I put a handgun up to him, it will work. He just snapped that shit in half and hugged me till I fall asleep. Yeah, man. But, so I figured it out. Here's how I'm gonna do it. I gotta get a city bus, I gotta get up at top speed, I gotta put him right in my path. Here's how I see it going. He stops the bus with his bald scalp of steel. He reaches through the windshield, picks my ass up, and then German suplexes me out of existence. If that's not a legendary way to go out, I don't know what is. Thank you, man. I appreciate the support, man. Support's everything. But, if there's one thing that all these breakups have taught me, it's a hard lesson learned. Girls do not like compliments. I'm telling you, man. Girls don't like compliments. It's like pussy repellent. I swear to God. I've always been broken up with for being too nice. It's the reality of the world. It's like a paradox, but it's the way the world always is, and it's always gonna be. I just gotta deal with it. It's fucking crazy. So, I should have learned this lesson a long time ago. I really should have. I go to Scandinavia every summer, and those guys over there know how to get women. And, last time I was over there, it was New Year's, and these guys went down the street chanting, Fisa, air, fiska, Fisa, air, fiska, which translates to, pussy is fish, pussy is fish. And they were picking up girls along the way. All right? That's and I was sitting there alone at the bar, not abstaining from this disrespectful act. Alone. Alright, I should have learned. But also, you gotta understand, those guys aren't doing that to impress the girls, right? They're doing that out of some deep-seated anger, right? And that's kind of messed up. Deep-seated anger. And you know what I think? I think the Danish men are just jealous that the women in Sweden taste like candy. Thank you very much.
Can't believe they didn't do this blasphemy set, but I promise that there will be some blasphemy today, okay? So, it's weird, some Asians, when they live in America for many generations, they no longer look like Asians. Right, so I was introduced this next guy, he looks like, well, I don't really know how to describe him, but, yeah, just put your hands together for Ian Kimura.
Well, this is what I look like. Yeah, but I'm a simple kind of guy. I have kind of one goal in life. My ultimate goal is to become a Viagra spokesperson. And not because I have ED, although it's great for that. It's kind of what it's made for. But I want to be a Viagra spokesperson because I want people to think I have a reason to use it. Sex. Yeah. I want people to think that I'm having sex. Because that's the only reason why you really use Viagra, Because the only other reason I can think of is human Kodak. And that's in the small minority of cases. Because there are two problems with that. The first is you have to find the cock large enough. Or it's just going to fall off, And the second problem, which I think is a bigger problem, is you can only use the Kodak for 4 hours. Or you got to take it to the doctor. But, yeah, I read the news sometimes. Let's keep going. I read the news sometimes. I saw this article the other day that the headline was, anti-gay activist says oral sex is the practice of the homosexuals. And when I read that, I was like, wow, I'm not gay. On account of I've never had oral sex. We don't have to talk about that. No, I was on a date though right after that with a woman, a woman. We do the usual stuff. We go back to my place and we get it on. And then she tries to blow me. And I was like, you guys gay? It's perfect, it's perfectly natural, it's fine, but I don't think this is going to work out because it seems to me that you're a lesbian. Anyway, folks, I think chivalry is dead. You can't even hold the door open for a woman anymore, I've found out. So I was walking the other day, I held the door open to the men's room. That was stupid. I'm going with another one. Alright, I'll leave you guys. So I am not pro-life, okay? I am more extreme than pro-life. I am so pro-life that I think we should make pregnancies illegal. Because those are kids, human beings who will eventually die, and then maybe we'll get some back alley pregnancies, Get the situation hey, Loretta, she went to this back alley 9 months ago, totally not pregnant. And when she came out, 9 months later, she had a baby. Claims she just found it. Bullshit, Loretta. We know you brought that life into this world. Alright, guys, I'll see you later.
Can't believe we almost made it, but we're already 3 minutes late. But are you guys ready for your head fucking liner? Yeah. This guy, my goodness, I almost kicked him off the show because I was so fucking jealous. So I'll give you Adam Castro, guys.
Hey everybody, my name is Adam, nice to meet you all. Fun fact about me, I'm Jewish. It's really great, it's a fun religion. I recommend it if you ever get the chance. The best part about being Jewish Jewish by far is the fact that we don't have a hell, which can be like a real stress reliever sometimes. And because of that, I never really understood the concept of hell growing up. And when I found out about it, actually, as a kid, I went up to my rabbi and said, well, if we don't have a hell, then where do all the bad people go when they die? And he says, well, they still go to heaven, but they just can never see their family again. And I think that's a pretty sweet deal. Especially for people who kill their parents, because they're just like, really, just they slip into heaven and they're like, sweet, no longer conversation in the afterlife. But just because I'm Jewish, I still understand a lot about Christianity. For instance, I know a lot about the Bible. My favorite story from the Bible by far is the book of Job, if any of you are familiar with it.
Hell yeah, yes, Job.
Some fans of Job. Excellent. If you guys don't know the story of Job, I'll just run through it real quick. So, once upon a time, or however Bible stories start out, I'm Jewish. Once upon a time, there's a guy named Job. He was killing it in 2000 BC. Once again, not very educated on the Bible. He was killing it. He had all the cows, which was a big deal in the past. He had a mildly attractive wife and son. He attributed all of his success to God. So every day he'd be like, God, thanks, man. I'm doing great out here, and it's all because of you, buddy. And up in heaven, God would be looking down at Job and he said, you're killing it down there, bro. Keep up the good work. Well, one day Satan went up to God, and Satan told God, you know, Job wouldn't love you as much if you killed his family. And God was like, is that a wager, Satan? And Satan was like, you know it, buddy. So before I continue the story, can I just point out the fact that apparently the devil and God are on speaking terms? I didn't even know they liked each other, let alone they made like fun bets with no stakes attached. Anyway, so God takes Satan up on his bet, which is a sentence I never thought I'd say before. So God kills Job's family and kills all of his cows. And I know it's hard to imagine what it's like losing all your cows, but imagine like losing your Xbox. I don't know. So God kills everything that Job loves, and Job is very sick now, but he still loves God because Job is an idiot. But he still loves God. And up in heaven, God looks down at Job and says, see, Satan, I told you I was right. And Satan's like, whatever, man. See you next weekend, because as I've established, they're friends and they hang out sometimes. So God goes down to Job and says, hey man, I beat Satan in the bet you know nothing about, and you were a real trooper during this whole thing, so I'm going to give you all your stuff back, and we'll call it even. So I'll give you your cows back, and you won't be sick anymore, and you'll be all good. And Job looks at God and says, thanks so much, God. Does that mean you're going to bring my family back from the dead? And God says, even better. I'm going to get you a brand new family, which is absolutely true. Apparently God can't bring people back from the dead. He had to go find Job a new wife and kids. How fucked up is that? But I know what you're all thinking. Was Job's new wife hotter than his old one? Well, the Bible does not say. But I like to believe she was. My name's Adam, everybody. Thank you so much.
Man, you guys are great audience. Thank you so much. I hope you had a great night. Hey, yeah, so I think, that's call it a day. I'll see you guys, I don't know how long, maybe in a few weeks or a few months. Okay, yeah, you guys can go. Yeah, you don't have to sit there anymore. Yeah, feel free to go. Come up stage, get some pictures if you want. Yeah. How do you like that?
Thank you everyone for coming out to see Aggie Attack. We hope to see you again at another show, class, or special event. Please have a wonderful night, drive home safely, and thank you for visiting the Sacramento Comedy car.